Nature is full of different interactions between all different types of organisms, from bacteria to people. In some of these relationships, one species is harmed and another benefits, like when a predator captures its prey. In other relationships, both organisms benefit, like butterflies helping pollinate flowers in exchange for nectar. A relationship where both organisms benefit is called a mutualism. Mutualisms are found all throughout the natural world, and pollination is just one type of mutualism found on land, but mutualisms also occur in the sea. When you think of mutualisms in the ocean, you may think of the relationship between clownfish and anemones, where the anemone provides the clownfish with shelter, and the clownfish provides the anemone with nutrients and deters its predators. Or perhaps between cleaner shrimp and fish, where the cleaner shrimp gets a nutritious meal and the fish gets harmful parasites removed. Or maybe even between corals and the tiny algae that live inside them. The corals provide the algae with nutrients and shelter, and the algae provide the corals with sugars from photosynthesis. The mutualism we'll look at today takes place here, in an eelgrass bed. Eelgrass is a type of marine plant that forms meadows in the water like grass does on land. The eelgrass leaves provide important habitat for many different animals, including juvenile fishes. Eelgrass leaves also provide a surface for tiny algae called epiphytes to grow on. Unfortunately, these epiphytes are bad for the eelgrass because they block sunlight from getting to the leaves, and the eelgrass can't use that light to make food. This is where the mutualists come in. Eelgrass is also home to a wide variety of small crustaceans that help it out by eating the epiphytes off its leaves. On our tree of life, crustaceans can be found here. But these crustaceans aren't crabs or lobsters or others you might be familiar with, but are instead tiny creatures called amphipods and isopods. Amphipods and isopods are mostly small animals and are unusual among crustaceans in that they can be found on land, in freshwater, and in the ocean. Both of these groups are also special because females have a brood pouch, or marsupium, that they use to carry their eggs and offspring. Unlike other crustaceans, baby amphipods and isopods hatch out looking like miniature versions of their parents instead of going through a complicated metamorphosis. Today, there are over 10,000 species each of amphipods and isopods. Many of these species live in eelgrass beds, and most of them help the eelgrass out by eating the epiphytes that grow on its leaves. In exchange, the amphipods and isopods get free food and shelter inside the eelgrass meadow. Here are just a few species you might find in the eelgrass beds of Northern California. Eelgrass isopods like this one are long-bodied, green, and flattened to look like the eelgrass as protection from predators. They have hooked claws that help them grip the edges of eelgrass leaves and prevent them from moving. Skeleton shrimp are a type of amphipod that is long and skinny, kind of like a cross between a walking stick and a praying mantis. They grip the eelgrass with their powerful hind claws and move their top half around to capture food or even fight with each other. The barrel-chested scissor claw is a tiny amphipod found in eelgrass. It gets its name from its sharp claws, called gnathopods, and it uses to manipulate food. The barrel-chested scissor claw is hardly ever observed alive, so this video footage, shot through a microscope, is a rare treat. The green sea lettuce flea is one of the largest amphipods in the eelgrass bed. These amphipods can produce silk from their legs with a spider called behind it, which they attach to eelgrass and seaweed. All of these amphipods and isopods can help the eelgrass out by eating epiphytes. However, some species can be harmful to the eelgrass. Eelgrass nibbler, like its name suggests, is an amphipod that will take big bites out of the eelgrass itself, instead of only eating the epiphytes. The candy cane amphipod builds tubes out of mud that can cover a whole eelgrass leaf, blocking out light just like the epiphytes do. In some places and times, these harmful species can be abundant and hurt the eelgrass, but we don't fully know why yet. UC Davis population biology graduate students are working hard to understand the amphipods and isopods that live in the eelgrass beds in Northern California, including bees and other species of crustaceans that can help or harm the health of these marine plants. By gaining an understanding of how amphipods and isopods act as mutualists for the eelgrass, we can better understand how to protect eelgrass as a habitat for all kinds of marine animals. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your virtual picnic day experience. Check out the other videos in our Explore the Tree of Life exhibit and download our free coloring book pages.